like to talk about natural resources, but from a little bit unusual point of view. When we hear about natural resources, we tend to imagine metals and minerals in their virgin state. How about we turn a little bit our point of view and look at our garbage? When we throw away a plastic bottle, a soda can, or a glass jar, we'll look at those items more like a nuisance rather than a natural resource. And this is what I would like to talk about today, recycling. Although in predominant opinion, recycling is viewed as a modern trend, it has been around for a very long time. Historians worldwide find proof that valuable materials have been recycled long before those big recycling boxes showed up on our curb. For instance, there is evidence that ancient Romans recycled coins to make statues and later on sold them for a higher price. Now that we see that recycling has actually been around for a long time, let's talk about what can be recycled. And we'll go ahead and start with paper. According to Environmental Protection Agency, paper can be recycled from 5 to 7 times. Most municipalities accept junk mail, newspapers, magazines, and cardboard. One mistake that needs to be avoided while recycling paper is soiled paper. Paper towels, napkins, paper plates, and pizza boxes, they all are made out of paper and technically are recycled. However, once contamination with food occurs, those items are no longer recyclable. Second, plastic. Plastic might seem a little bit more confusing at a first glance. All those different numbers on the bottom of the containers. The thing is, there are different types of plastic and they are reprocessed differently. So once you are aware at what types of plastic can be recycled at your area, it's important to consider all recyclable items, not just your typical plastic water bottles. Plastic shampoo bottles, detergent containers, liquid soap dispensers, garage and gardening products, etc., etc. One item that can be particularly misleading is a plastic bag. Unless specifically indicated in the list of accepted recyclables by your local municipality, don't put them in your curbside recycling bins. It's the best practice to recycle plastic bags at your local retail or grocery store. Next, let's go ahead and talk about metal. Common metals such as aluminum, copper, and steel can be recycled over and over without losing any quality. For instance, making aluminum cans from recycled metal takes 95% less energy than using new material. Fourth, glass. Glass is another material that can be recycled indefinitely without loss of quality. For every ton of glass that is recycled, over a ton of natural resources are saved, including 1,300 pounds of sand, 410 pounds of soda ash, 380 pounds of limestone, and others. Besides, for every 6 tons of recycled glass used, a ton of carbon dioxide is reduced. Now that we've talked about the most common recyclable materials, let's talk about how recycling is collected. There are 2 different types. The first one is single-flow recycling. With this type, all recyclable materials are collected together and are later sorted at a recycling facility. The great advantage is these for consumers and municipalities. However, single-stream recycling means a lot of waste. By the time paper gets to a recycling facility, it is so soiled that it simply has to be discarded. In the United States, most schools have bins that accept paper recycling. It's a common practice to drop off your paper while dropping off your children to school. The other way is separating recyclables. Paper goes with paper, plastic was plastic, metal was metal, and so on. This is a more efficient way of recycling, results-wise, but it also requires more effort on behalf of consumer and municipalities. If you have a doubt whether an item is recyclable or not, there are plenty of resources to help you out. Websites such as www.earth911.com and www.epa.gov have a lot of accurate information for any individual, whether you are a recycling pro or just getting into recycling. To summarize, today we talked about 4 most commonly recyclable materials: paper, plastic, metal, and glass, and how they can be recycled. It's easy to get involved, and the benefits for everyone and for environment are great.